next Saturday. Christmas comes early.
Unbelievable! Welcome to this incredible scene.
Bills.
To the end zone!
Chargers.
It's a touchdown!
An exclusive NFL game.
That's fantastic!
Live in primetime.
Wow!
Only on Peacock.
With a Christmas gift to their fans.
They're having some fun now.
Bills versus Chargers. Next Saturday, 7:30 Eastern. Exclusively on Peacock.
This episode is brought to you by Seed. Seed's DSO1 is a 2-in-1 probiotic and prebiotic designed for whole body health. Formulated with 24 clinically and scientifically studied strains, DSO1 offers benefits in and beyond the gut. See why DSO1 is the probiotic recommended by top doctors and nutritionists. Go to seed.com/Spotify for 25% off Seed's DSO1 Daily Symbiotic.
Hello and welcome to the Paddock and the Pavilion with Stephen Wallace. In each show, Stephen will interview someone connected to the world of horse racing or cricket.
Thank you for joining me again for The Road to Recovery Part 3 with Gavin Ashton, a young jockey who suffered a compound fracture of his left leg on the 22nd of March at his new stable in Germany. If you are joining us for the first time, take a listen to episodes 123 and 124, which cover Part 1 and Part 2 of Gavin's story. Hello, Gavin. Thanks for joining me for Part 3 of The Road to Recovery. We last spoke on the 10th of May. It's now the 30th of May, and I believe you've much better news to report.
Thanks for having me on again. And yeah, that's right. Things are going a lot better this time. And things have really started to pick up and look a lot more encouraging for me. Yeah, so it's good news. Good news.
Just to expand on that, last time you were awaiting a specialist report in Part 2. How did that go?
Yeah, that's right. So I went to Adam Brooks Hospital to have a nerve conduction test in my leg, and they found out that the femoral nerve in my quad, I think that's right. I'm not the femoral nerve wasn't working, so I also wasn't getting the signals through to my quad to activate it and sort of get it working. So I was pretty knackered without that, to be fair. And with them results, obviously we'd sent them back to Dr. Jerry Hill from the BHA, and he discussed, and we were set to make an appointment to see a nerve specialist to see what we could do. I mean, Peter O'Sullivan House had me on all sorts of things like the Compex, which contracts the nerve and contracts the muscles and tries to kickstart the nerve, so to speak, and things like that. And they ordered me a fancy new bit of kit that I put around my knee, which was a sleeve that sort of contracted the muscles, and things like that. So it was carrying on, and I was just waiting for an appointment to see the specialist. And while we was waiting for that, it was when I was in the gym that I was on the leg press machine, and I said to Ross, the head physio at the Peter O'Sullivan House, I said, it's just so painful through my knee where my patella, the patella tendon is. So he said, no worries. So he just put his hand over my knee while he did it. Just applied a very, very slight bit of pressure on the patella tendon, and boom, the pain was completely gone. Like there was no pain there whatsoever, and I was able to do with very, very lightweight a leg press. So then he said, right, wait there a minute, and he went and got some sort of tape, and he pretty much made a patella band support for my knee, and pretty much all it does, it sat quite tight on my patella tendon, and that was like a release valve where it pretty much just released all the pain and from that area, and it just relieved the pain, which is absolutely incredible. And we found with that then that the leg completely contracted the quad, so it was absolutely unbelievable. It was like Christmas Day for me. I was absolutely delighted. I was just walking everywhere then and doing all sorts in the gym, and they said, right, so now we know that we can get the quad working. It's now a case of setting up a plan to strengthen that quad up, build the quad muscles up, which then internal build the ligaments up in the tendon and everything, build all the strength up back in the ligaments and the tendons. And at the moment we're on a good session, working hard in the week, loading my leg with weight on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and then in between doing different things like balance and cardio as well. So it's absolutely incredible, the progress that we've made in the last few weeks.
Must be such a relief for you. Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. It was just, like you say, just a relief. It was just I was just so grateful that happened, and that we figured that one out. And now, like, obviously my targets are looking a lot more realistic to get back. And
so are you still going to Peter O'Sullivan House twice a day?
That's right. Yeah. I'm not necessarily twice a day, because I'm doing a lot of loading on this leg now. It needs its time to rest as well. We're really, really putting it through its paces in the morning. Some days I'll go twice a day. Some days normally just the once. If I've had a lighter session in the morning, I will go twice. But no, it's absolutely incredible. Over the moon that I've now got a date that I'll be back. I've booked my ferry to Germany already, and things look back on track for the derby. Fingers crossed, all being well. So that's the news that I wanted, and absolutely delighted. Yeah.
Well, I can tell in your voice how delighted you are after how you spoke last time.
Yeah.
So how long are the sessions when you are at the IJF?
So I have about three to four 45-minute sessions. So I was in there at 8:15 this morning, and I left about 11:15. So I'm there all morning, doing various different things, working on different muscles, and just doing the plan what the physios have set out for me. And I'll see 3 different specialists in the morning. So it's absolutely incredible. And
so are you back on that simulator yet? You not sneak back on the simulator?
So the plan is to get back on that next week, because everything's going well. We're just solely strengthening the leg up. When I was on the simulator, I was sort of leaning on one leg. I weren't doing it properly. We want to build it up, build this leg up, so it's not just one leg taking the load; it's both of them. And the plan is to get me on that in my final week, and then head out to Germany on the 13th of June. That's the date that we've set. I've booked the ferry, and fingers crossed, if everything goes as it is at the moment, then I'm well on target to achieve that, which I'm delighted with. Yeah.
Well, that's brilliant news. And mentally, you must feel so much better.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. It's a massive relief. Just knowing when you'll be back. I mean, it was such a stress, just not knowing. I mean, when something's not in your hands, it's a lot harder to deal with than something that is. Like, I knew from the start of doing it that they said about 10 to 12 weeks recovery, it's absolutely fine. But then as soon as you're waiting for a muscle or a nerve to work again, and they say, well, we don't know how long it's going to be, then you start questioning all sorts of things. You start questioning, well, is it going to be back for this? And if I'm not back in time for this, then that's going to affect that, and lots of different things. And then you think about financial situations and stuff like that. But luckily, I've had a good change of fortune, and like I say, all that's now. I've got the answers that I need, and financially things have worked out as well over in Germany. So that's another thing that's off my mind. And things are exactly how they were at the start. I'm still missing winners, sadly, over there, which is frustrating. But that seems nothing now compared to the thought of being out for so long, and the whole back. So now that I'm over that, it's an easy process, and I've got a set date for being back. That it's now enjoyable. the recovery is enjoyable again, because I'm getting this time to study different things and keep myself busy outside of work and all sorts. So it's really good, really good.
And are you keeping in regular touch with the stable in Germany?
Yeah, keeping in regular touch with them. That's kind of a bit frustrating in a way doing that, because they're telling me how well the horses are and how good they are, and it's just like, right, well, I'm not there. I'm not sitting on them. I don't know. I missed a Group 2 ride at the weekend that finished 4th. So it's frustrating, but I've got these things to come back to. I know they're there waiting for me. But yeah, I mean, look, it's out of my control. I'm glad that the horses are well. I'm glad that they're ticking along nicely and everything is going smoothly. Yeah, so I can't complain. Yeah, it's good.
And I know you've been doing some driving. What else have you been doing? You've been driving to the races, I think, haven't you?
That's right. Yeah, I've been trying to keep myself busy. I've been offering to drive a few of the lads to the races. I've also been in the kitchen here at the Kentford doing service, like waiting on, things like that. I've been filling my time with trying to learn about taxes and tax codes and all that. And
that sounds exciting. Yeah. That sounds exciting.
Well, it is if you're clever enough. It's quite frustrating at times for me when I don't understand certain bits. But I've had good people around me that I've been able to chat to and get their opinion off and different ideas. And I've enjoyed it, learning about it, and different things like that. And just starting to get myself ready now. I'm packing a few things, ready to go, and going to enjoy a few days up at home in Manchester, and then get myself ready for the 13th to get the long drive over and get started and get the ball rolling again.
Oh, that'll soon come round. So have you been doing any cooking at the Kentford, serving up any German recipes?
No German recipes, no. I tend to just stick to the menu, what I know at the moment. I've tried learning bits of German, but again, it's not really sticking unless I'm speaking it on a regular basis. So it's been difficult, but to try and pick up any German. But like I say, I think that'll come quite easy once I'm over there. So that's fingers crossed.
And you've been walking the dogs, so you're able to walk the dogs a lot more now as well.
Yeah, that's right. I take them out on their own because they tend to tow me a bit. Which weren't great when it wasn't so stable on my leg. But now it's more stable. Yeah, I take them out regularly. Take them out quite often now, which I really enjoy. Also keeps you fit, keeps you busy. So yeah, it's like I say, I'm able to enjoy the rehab now, just them sort of things, not being able to ride, but just being able to enjoy bits like that, which is good. Yeah, I enjoy it.
So all systems go then for the 13th of June. That's about 3 weeks before the German Derby. You'll be hopefully, race riding before then, of course.
Yeah, that's right. If everything goes as well as I anticipate it to, which there's no reason why it shouldn't. I am set to be going to Germany on the 13th. Getting my license there on the 14th in Cologne, doing all the paperwork, all the medical checks, everything there on that day. And then there is a race meeting on the 18th of June at Dresden, which I hope that's my first meeting back, and I'm hoping just to pick up one ride, see how things go. And then I'm hoping to have a good set of rides at Hanover on the 19th, where I did so well last year. And then, fingers crossed, all systems go for the Derby. One of the horses that they've got an opportunity of getting on won there the other week, which I think qualifies him for the Derby. So all being well with the horse, the yard, myself, then fingers crossed I will have my ride in Derby. But yeah, it's just at the moment still praying.
Well, that's something really to look forward to. The German derby being run, I think, at Hamburg, isn't it, on Sunday, the 3rd of July?
Correct. Yeah, that's right. Hamburg. It's the whole week in Hamburg. I think they start on either the Tuesday or the Wednesday, the meeting. And then I think the sales there, and then it is the derby on the Sunday. 3rd of July, which I'm incredibly excited for. And look, even if something goes wrong and I don't get a ride in the derby, it'll just be great to be there and experience it for the first time and pray for, get a feel for it, and then pray that I'll be there the following year. Yeah.
So, have you ridden at Hamburg before?
I have not. No, I've not. That's one track that I actually didn't get to in Germany while I was making my trips over there last year. Like I say, though, it runs from the Tuesday to the Sunday, with a few days of sales in between, I think, if I'm right on that. And hopefully I'll be picking up a few rides that week to get my eye in at the track. So yeah, fingers crossed, all being well. That's the plan, and all systems go. Yeah. Well,
let's hope you achieve that plan. It must be so much better now to know you've got a target, dates, and that things are on the up and up. Thanks again for joining me on the podcast.
No problem at all.
Ideally, it'd be nice to catch up with you just before you get across to Germany for the 13th of June.
Yes, yeah. I look forward to that, and hopefully get that sorted. And thank you very much for having me on once again.
Well, thank you very much, Gavin.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to The Paddock and the Pavilion. You can download the show on Apple Podcasts,
Amazon Music,
SoundCloud, Stitcher and Spotify.
Follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram at The Pad and Pav. Don't forget, if you like the show, please do leave us a rating and review.
Sports Social Podcast Network.
Looking for a fun way to win 25 times your money this football and basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of stats, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and injury insurance on your picks are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million players who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/play100 and use code play100. That's code play100 at prizepicks.com/play100 for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.